Have you ever felt like you're putting in all the work, but you're just not seeing the results you want? You're hitting the gym, you're studying for hours, you're building that business from the ground up. But when you look in the mirror or check your progress, it feels like you're stuck in the exact same spot. It's incredibly frustrating, and it can make you want to just give up. If that sounds familiar, I want you to know you're not alone, and there's a very good reason why progress often feels so agonizingly slow. Today, we're going to dive into the psychology behind this feeling and, more importantly, what you can do about it. The first big reason is something called the plateau of latent potential. Imagine you have an ice cube and you place it in a room that's minus 10 degrees Celsius. You start slowly raising the temperature. 9 degrees, minus 8, minus 5. Nothing seems to be happening. The ice cube is still just an ice cube. You keep putting in the effort, raising the temperature degree by degree. You get to minus 1, then 0 degrees. Still, it's just a block of ice. It's only when you hit that magical 1 degree mark that the transformation begins and the ice starts to melt. All that work you did, raising the temperature from minus 10 to 0, wasn't wasted. It was building up latent potential. It was preparing the ice for the change that was about to happen. This is exactly what happens with our goals. Your first 100 hours of learning a new language might not feel like much. You still stumble over basic phrases. Your first few months of working out might not show dramatic physical changes. But you are not standing still. You are building up that latent potential, getting closer and closer to that tipping point where the results suddenly become visible. The problem is, most of us quit while we're still in the negative degrees, thinking our effort isn't making a difference. Another reason progress feels slow is our brain's natural focus on the gap. We tend to measure our progress, not by how far we've come, but by how far we still have to go. Let's say your goal is to lose 20 pounds. After a month, you've lost 5 pounds. That's amazing. You're 25% of the way there. But instead of celebrating that, our brain often says, ugh, I still have 15 more pounds to lose. This is going to take forever. We're constantly looking at the gap between where we are and where we want to be, which makes the journey feel endless and discouraging. So, how do we fight this? How do we stay motivated when the results aren't immediately obvious? The key is to shift your focus from outcomes to systems. Instead of obsessing over the goal of writing a book, focus on the system of writing 500 words every day. Instead of being fixated on losing 20 pounds, focus on the system of eating nutritious meals and moving your body for 30 minutes daily. Why does this work? Because you can't always control the outcome, but you can almost always control your effort and your consistency. When you show up every day and follow your system, you are winning. Each day you stick to your routine is a small victory. This creates a feedback loop of positive reinforcement. You feel good about being consistent, which makes you want to keep being consistent. And what is the natural byproduct of consistency? Progress. Eventually, you'll break through that plateau of latent potential, and the results will start to compound in ways you couldn't have imagined. Also, start measuring your progress backward, not just forward. Instead of only looking at the 15 pounds you still have to lose, take a moment to look back and appreciate the 5 pounds you've already lost. Think about where you were a month ago or 6 months ago. Acknowledge the skills you've learned, the discipline you've built, and the distance you've already traveled. This simple shift in perspective can turn feelings of frustration into feelings of pride and accomplishment. So the next time you feel like you're stuck, remember the ice cube. Remember that every single action, no matter how small, is raising the temperature. You are building momentum. Stop focusing on the gap and start celebrating your consistency. Trust your system, look back at how far you've come, and keep putting in the work. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. Thanks for watching, and if you found this helpful, make sure to like and subscribe for more. See you next time.